I'm sure that everybody that went to high school did something stupid. Except the chicks that have no personality because they act like Barbies. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I know you do. Those girls that walk around and act like anything anybody says is like hilarious, but they're not really laughing. They're just trying to like get out a little laugh, like or they just smile really big, like that cat from Alice in Wonderland. They keep it going all day too. Like they could be frowning, but then someone looks at them and they smile real big. But I mean, anybody does that, but they just randomly laugh too. Hi. They never ever really talk much either. The only thing you ever hear them say is hello, and it's always like a kind of like, hello. Then when they're hanging out with their friends, they just make fun of other girls, but they do it in such a subliminal way almost, like a grandma does when she's like trying to diss somebody, but she's not necessarily straight out coming out and dissing somebody. They're doing it in like the secret bitchy way. They're talking about boobs, and then one girl sitting there just in the combo doesn't even have boobs. They got the flattest chest you've ever seen, like more flat than mine. But then they sit there like, oh yeah, may I feel? The girl with the flat chest just runs away crying because she wishes she had boobs, but she can't get any. Fun fact, the girl that can't get boobs is actually a boy, and he wants to be a girl. Freaking laws that don't let us get any different body parts. All I want for Christmas is boobs! So as these chicks go on with their lives, they're always trying to be so perfect and trying not to ever be unrighteous. They're always trying to be these, I'm this innocent girl that doesn't know anything and I never say anything bad. But then it causes these girls to literally have no personality whatsoever because they can't show anything they believe in, because if they do, they feel like they're doing something wrong. So if you never express yourself, how are people supposed to get to know you? And that's what a personality is what makes up you. So if you don't ever express yourself and your feelings on anything, how are people supposed to see you for you, and how are you actually supposed to have a real and true personality? Think about that. I would hate to live a life where I couldn't express myself. Like, if I was too afraid to express myself, or even get on this camera and talk about anything that I wanted to, I would hate myself, and I would hate the life that I was living, and I would make sure to change that fast, because there's no point in living a life like that. But that's not even what I'm talking about, so I need to get back on topic. Almost everybody has done at least one stupid thing throughout high school. Whether that be pulling a prank on someone, falling into peer pressure when they try to get you to do cocaine, getting someone pregnant, and honestly, big mistake, don't do it, you're not ready. You think you're ready, but darling, you're not ready. Or doing a dare such as running into the middle of a gym full of people during an assembly and screaming, "My penis is erect! My penis is erect! I don't know what to do, this has never happened to me before!" Then, as you get ready to run out of the gym, somebody yells, "Then how do you know what erection means?" Health class, dude! I got to see childbirth in there. That was the first time that I ever saw a vagina. It was like heaven. It just opened up and this little thing came out. It was all bloody, but it felt like home. Get that puh. It's so good! It's so great! I want it in my face! Childbirth! Childbirth. It's so good! It's so great! I want it all up in my face! Childbirth! Childbirth! Childbirth is a beautiful thing that Mother Nature does for all people, all living things in the world. Except humans just take it as, baby comes out and you think, I don't have any money to support this thing. They put it on the ground. And they bolt! Bye-bye, you little burden! The whole gym just gets dead silent, and the principal has this look on her face. That one kid just stands up. Whoa! That's better than dance and drill has been this entire year! Something stupid that I did this year was sniff Cheez-Its for money. Not necessarily money, but it was $1. Like that commercial where it's like, I caught you $1. And it's that old guy with the fishing hook. I bit onto that rod. I was sitting at lunch having one of the best lunches of my life, which happened to be just Cheez-Its. Cheddar cheese Cheez-Its. Those are one of the best Cheez-Its ever. I'm a huge Cheez-It fan. So, if you don't like Cheez-Its, I don't understand, but Cheez-Its are my life. Whenever I'm hungry and I don't want to cook anything, I open that pantry and I grab Cheez-Its out. If there's not Cheez-Its, then I go and I cry in my room and wish there was Cheez-Its. So I walk up to Target and I buy Cheez-Its. Then I eat the whole box and then I wonder why I'm fat. Not really that fat. I had these Cheez-Its in a bag, and so I put the bag down and I went, psh, and there was only like maybe 3 or 4 left. So I took the rest of them and I go, tsh, 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 tsh. That's not the sound of, like, it sounds like Donald Duck just like going, but pretend with me, just realistic sound. Crunch, crunch, crunch. So they were all in little tiny pieces, and I said, I'm gonna snort these. This is how it played out. Are you really? No. I'll give you $1 if you do. I sat there and I thought for a minute, and I figured, well, the first thing that came to my mind for some reason, and this is not a joke, YOLO came to my mind. I'm not one of those kids that just goes, oh, you only live once, let's do a whole bunch of stupid stuff. So I was kind of shocked when I got that myself, but that came to my mind first, and then I was like, well, right now I have $0 in my pocket, and if I do this, I could get $1 in my pocket, and I figured it was more money than what I had, so I just went ahead and I did it. I figured it was a win-win situation. Plus, it showed that I had balls, because you know how if you don't want to do something, and then people will be like, no balls, but then when you do it, then they still don't say that you have balls, but if you don't do it, they go, no balls. So I have balls, bitches. None of you would have did that. Needless to say, I sniffed those Cheez-Its, and I have it on video, so when people say, do it for the vine, I did it for the 10-second clip, so here you go. When I would sneeze, actual little bits of the Cheez-Its would come out of my nose. So I'd be like, and I'd look at my hand and there were just Cheez-Its all up in my hand, just little crunched up Cheez-Its. My nose got super screwed up during that time, like my sinuses got so bad, like my nose was stuffed, so I'd be completely stuffed, like, not like a pig, God, my things are so bad, my sound effects. But so my nose would be completely stuffed, but then it would also like run at the same time. So like it would run, like randomly it'd just be like all fine, and it'd be like, and start coming out like a faucet on blast, like, I get napkins, and I go, blowing out my nose, and there'd be blood. It got really bad. I was scared. Sometimes it would only come out a little bit, like a faucet that's barely on, that just goes, like that. But I mean, it was crazy, just bloody nose, stuffed up, and runny at the same time. I advise people not to snort Cheez-Its. I kept getting long-lasting migraines for over 2 weeks, and I almost had to go to the hospital because of it, because it wouldn't stop, and they were that bad that it felt like my head was going to explode, and I got so sick with my nose just bleeding, running, and all stuffed up at the same time. And then on top of it, every night around the same time, I would get these heat rushes that just felt so hot, like the sun was shining down on you, and it was so hot that you passed out and the sun just baked you alive, but then you somehow survive and you wake up, you're just like, it would feel like you legit had like severe sunburn or like 3rd-degree burns, and that was just the heat, the sweat rolling off your face while the nose and all that crap was going on. But at the same time, with my head feeling like that, the rest of my body would be completely freezing, like as if I took off all my clothes, just bare naked, butt naked, ran out into the snow, got down on the ground like this, and started doing a snow angel. And I could not get up until I made the perfect snow angel. Until God said, you did good, son, and shines a light down on me and says, you can go inside. And I say, thanks, God. Can I get some hot cocoa? And he says, yes, you may get some hot cocoa. Can I put some marshmallows in it? No, you didn't do that good. Don't get so stuck up with me, son. Yes, God. It felt like I had frostbite to the point where you couldn't heal your body anymore, and you'd have to get that piece of your body chopped off because it was dead. That's what the whole rest of my body felt like. It felt like Frosty the Snowman came with his penis, stuck it up in me, and said, have a holly jolly Christmas. And then this just cold rush went through my entire body like, all I want for Christmas is dick. It's October! Don't sing Christmas songs! I figured I'd just do like all the stores do and people do. They just forget completely about Thanksgiving and just skip right to Christmas. As soon as Halloween ends, I bet you there's going to be no Thanksgiving stuff. It's going to be all like, Christmas is coming! My favorite time of year! God, please let me put marshmallows in it! Fine, you may put marshmallows in it. Yes! Plot twist, we're out of marshmallows. During this whole time that everything went on, I wondered, you know, about myself and how smart I actually was, you know? My intelligence level must be really low. But as I was laying on my bed with my head feeling like it was going to explode, like somebody was literally took a hammer to it and started bashing me over and over, and then the whole time my nose was running and I'd try to blow it out and blood would come out, it was all snuffed up and running, and all that crap I went through with the heat rushes and the cold rushes. I picked up that dollar as I was laying there on my bed. I looked at it and I said, it was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it because I walked away with more money than I had that day, and I used that to go towards the profit for my Tylenol. If there's one huge thing I learned off of this, is that I have really big balls, like huge, enormous balls. The second thing I learned is that I could never handle cocaine.